Gently lift the balance pan straight up to remove it. If the stem does not come out with the balance pan, use needle nose pliers or tweezers to carefully extract it. To replace the stem, firmly push it down until it's stable. Finally, seat the balance pan back in place. We're going to check the air shield and make sure it's installed correctly and verify the mode stir blade is rotating properly. If you look through the square hole in the air shield, you should be able to see a rotating blade. If not, remove the air shield by pushing it towards you, pulling down and out. It's important to ensure that the blade is rotating at all times to prevent any fluctuations or unrepeatable test results. If the blade is not rotating, the mode stir motor is likely at fault and will need to be replaced. More on this later. If the mode stir blade is rotating properly, reinstall the air shield by inserting the two pegs at the bottom and push up until they are securely in place on the opposite side. Make sure the blade isn't being obstructed by the air shield. Following these steps will help ensure the accuracy and reliability of your test results. Unfortunately, if the blade is not rotating, the mode stir motor will need to be replaced. Our highly experienced and qualified technicians can get the job done. Email us at info@lissci.com or fill out a service request form on our website, lissci.com. If your CEM Smart System 5 lid is having issues staying up, the issue is a weak gas spring. To replace the gas spring, you'll need a flathead screwdriver and a replacement gas spring. Open the lid. With the flathead screwdriver, pry out the gas spring. Make sure to hold the top lid so it doesn't slam back down. Now push the gas spring to the right to pop it out of the socket. Grab your new gas spring and pop it back in place on the bottom by pushing the spring to the left. Rotate the top part of the socket so the opening is facing inward. Bring the lid slightly down, push the spring to the right, and it will pop into place. If your CEM Smart System 5 displays a thermal overload or the instrument shuts off unexpectedly, verify that the fuses are not blown. First thing to do is turn the instrument off and unplug the power cord. Bring the instrument to the very end of the table for this next step, as it will help with leverage. Grab a flathead screwdriver and pop the fuse holder out. Inside are two 10-amp fuses rated at 250 volts AC. The fuse holder has both a 100 to 120 volt and a 200 to 240 volt rating. So no matter where in the world you are located, this instrument can accommodate your power needs. On the fuse box at the back of the instrument, there is a small arrow on the right side pointing in where the fuse holder goes in. This arrow indicates what voltage rating will be used. Since we're in the US, we'll be popping the fuse holder back in with the 100 to 120 volt rating on the right side. Just slide the fuse holder back in place until it snaps in, and you're done. First, we'll remove the printer cover with the flathead screwdriver. Next, remove the printer paper roll and pull it out. Grab your new roll and unroll it some. It's best to have a straight edge, so we recommend cutting the end off with scissors. The proper way to install the roll back in is to have the paper feed through the bottom, not the top. Re-insert the holder and drop the paper into the chamber. Now we need to feed the paper into the printer. With the Smart System 5 turned on, from the main menu, hit 5 for print. And on the second arrow from the left, hit this button to feed the paper through while simultaneously guiding the paper through. Finally, install the printer cover. To install a brand new printer ribbon, remove the printer cover with a flathead screwdriver. Next, remove the printer ribbon by unclipping it. Grab the new printer ribbon. The printer paper should be fed through the back side of the printer ribbon. This will ensure the paper properly gets printed on. Install the printer ribbon by pushing firmly until you hear it click into place. Now on the main menu, hit 5 for print, hit 1 for print samples, and hit 1 to test print the most recent sample in your database. Finally, install the printer cover. Begin by turning off the power and unplugging the power cable from the Smart System 5. Rip off any excess printer paper. Remove printer cover with a flathead screwdriver. Remove printer paper from the printer mechanism and pull the printer paper roll out. There are two screws that need to be unscrewed. One is under the printer paper roll, and the other is under the bottom lip of the front side of the instrument. Pull the cover off and place it beside the instrument. In order to remove the printer mechanism, we'll have to remove the printer board. Start by disconnecting all the cables: ground cable, ribbon cable, power cable, ground cable, another ground, keypad cable, display cable, and display power cable. The display cable is a bit tricky, but all you need to do is pull the white tab up to unlock the cable, then pull the cable out. Once all the cables have been removed, remove the 4 screws in each corner from the board. Now pull out the board. You may need to rock it side to side slightly. Once the board is pulled out, loosen the 2 screws. Don't completely take them out, as we'll need them for guidance when installing the new printer mechanism. Push the printer mechanism through the top cover and pull the printer mechanism out. Grab your new printer mechanism. At this point, you can remove and replace the printer ribbon from the old printer and place it onto the new one, or you could just install a brand new printer ribbon. Feed the printer mechanism through the top, making sure the printer falls in between the 2 screws we loosened earlier. Tighten the screws down gently. Reinstall the printer board back in. Be careful, as these holes in the back of the board are where the printer pins go through. Also, firmly push down on the middle of the board where the pins are located to ensure the pins are making perfect contact. Screw the 4 screws back in. Reconnect all the cables. The display ribbon cable again is a bit tricky. Pull the tab out and then insert the cable in and push the tab back down to secure it. Place the cover back onto the instrument when all that is done. Screw back in the 2 screws that secure the cover. Plug the power cable back into the Smart System 5 and power on. Install your paper. Make sure the paper roll is assembled, feeding from under. Now we'll feed the paper through. From the main menu, hit 5 for print. Hit the second arrow from the left where it says Form Feed. Hold the printer paper, then help feed and push the button. Now feed the paper back to the printer cover. Final step is to ensure the printer is printing by hitting 1, Sample Results, and hit 1 again, it will begin printing. If your printer is not working or feeding the paper properly, verify that the certain options are enabled in the Smart System 5 or Smart Turbo software. From the main menu, select 4 for setup. Hit 3 for printer. Ensure that this first option is set to internal. If it's not set to internal, hit 1 on the keypad until internal is selected. Go to the previous page. Hit 1 for system options. For the second option, you want it to be set to results. If both those options are selected, the printer should be working. If the printer still doesn't work, the printer mechanism itself might need to be replaced.
Thanks for watching. If you're in the market for a top quality moisture solid analyzer, balance, or scale, be sure to check out our vast selection on our website, lissci.com. We've got new and reconditioned options available to suit your needs. And if you've got any instruments that need servicing or regular scheduled preventative maintenance, reach out to us at info@lissci.com or fill out our service request form on the website. We look forward to helping you get the most out of your equipment. Have a great day.